Wow. Holy smokes. I mean, what are we looking at here?
This is almost 100,000 pixel lights synced up with music for the 2025 Christmas season.
Okay, now, you told me something really interesting a little while ago. Like, you put every single light.
Every single light goes into either a piece of PVC or a piece of Coro in a pattern that the computer recognizes, so that it knows where the lights are, where the colors go, and it knows how to make images across the Coro to, create objects in the yard or create images on the roof. But yeah, every single pixel pushed by me, my thumbs are very painful.
Well, I mean, she probably had a part of this too, right? No?
I wish she helped with the vision.
Honestly, it was more like the vision. That's what I'm like the.
That's your contribution.
That's my contribution.
That's right.
Is just to make sure and agree with him.
Behind every artiste, there is a great support network.
That is what
100%.
it is. I support all of this.
So tell me about this. I mean, you got neighbors talking about you, and I mean, but they're not saying bad things. I gotta tell you
That's good. He was interviewing the neighbors before. You showed up.
They were like, "Wow, this is pretty cool." But I mean, behind every project, there's a support network behind. Tell me about how much you support this.
So, I mean, this is something that he's been doing on a smaller scale. It started, when we were dating. We've been together for, 20 some years, and it started at his mom's house when we were still in college. And then he was like, I wonder if I could do this. And then we got married. We had a townhouse. It was too tall. We couldn't do anything like this. And then once we bought our house out here in Ashburn, it was like slowly it became the old school lights. And then, during COVID, he was like, let's try playing with pixels. He was very interested. And then I just have watched it grown, and it's almost like, our children have grown through this. Like, we started with the baby stages of Christmas lights, and now it's this gigantic project. And it's just been, this is his baby. It's his dream, and we've, as a family, have just kind of watched it bloom, and now.
So,
here
Mike,
you go.
This is your fourth love, right? One, your
Twins, and then honestly, music would be my fourth, and then Christmas. But again, like I mentioned earlier, I think we found a way to kind of blend the music and the Christmas lights together. So, we have a couple songs that we all recorded together as a family, and those actually are synced up to the music or to the light show as well. So those are my favorites. Obviously, it's great to hear my wife or my daughters singing on songs and me playing guitar and bass on stuff. And just to watch it sync up to the house is pretty cool.
Give me the X's and O's here. I mean,
sure.
You had mentioned almost 100,000. Do you know the actual number?
It's 99,000 and change. I don't have the exact numbers inside. I should know it, but I don't. It's just 99,560, I think, is the number I'm at right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, what else? I mean, how many trees do you have? How many candy canes?
So let's see. So the candy canes, I think there are 17 mini candy canes on the other side. There are 4 large ones. Trees, there are the 2 mega trees, one on each side of the house. Those are approximately about 18 feet tall. Each one of those is around, I think, 3,200 pixels for the trees, and then another 300 for the stars. And then there's the mini trees in the front. There's 6 of those with 6 stars as well. Those are about, I think, 300 pixels a piece. I think my favorite part of the yard is we tried to keep kind of like an old school thing going, where it's not just, panels and things. We have actual objects. So there's snowmen, there's Santa Claus, there's a polar bear, there's a unicorn, there's gumdrops.
There's a narwhal.
There's a narwhal, there's a walrus. I mean, we try to, keep some of that old school aesthetic going. So it's not just, spinners and starbursts and circles and snowflakes. But yeah, we added this chorus this year. It's kind of like a mimic of the 4 of us. It's got the 4 guys singing and the musical notes next to it. So every year I'm trying to add something. So X's and O's wise, the house, the big draw is obviously the roof. I can paint kind of whatever pictures I want with all of those. There are 20 panels in total across the roof and another 4 across the garage. It's nice to be able to play, videos across the garage for people to see. We've got a great Grinch one. There's a great Nightmare Before Christmas one. And then, like you can see, you can put snowflakes coming down the whole house, and they fall all the way down. This next song has got, this is the Grinch one, so you'll see some cool Grinch images across the roof. But it's nice to be able to have coverage like that so that you can paint whatever you want across there, and just makes it a little easier from a creative standpoint to do.
Excellent. So talk to me about man hours. Man hours. I can't speak. I'm getting cold.
Yeah, it's
talk to me about family and man hours to put this in. When did you start?
So I start usually early October. We have a small Halloween display. I set that up in the yard, and then the Christmas lights start going up behind it. I start with the house, the lower part of the house, just to minimize ladder time. And then we start getting up onto the top part of the house, and then we get up under the roof. And then once the whole house is done and I feel comfortable, I've tested, then we go to the yard. And the yard's a little easier because there's no ladders involved, but the yard has obviously got a lot of stuff in it. Okay. Everything is weighted down with cinder blocks because we get a lot of wind where we are. And I get very nervous about the wind, so the cinder blocks make me feel a little more comfortable. But yeah, it's just, and again, I try to do a little piece every day if I can. A lot of nights out here, a lot of batteries on headlamps in the middle of the night in the dark. As far as the family support, I rely on them for ideas. I'm not the idea guy. I can make it happen, but I love to ask for their input because at the end of the day, I want to make sure that they're happy with the final product. So a lot of the props in the yard are things that they picked, things that they asked for. I get some things custom made here and there, but yeah, so that's kind of where the family comes into play. It's kind of the bigger picture of what they want Dad to work on.
So you used the word wheel out. So Joanna.
Yes.
What, how many spats do we have every year this time of year over this type of thing?
It's actually not too bad because, I'll be honest, the only thing that I'm like, where am I going to park? It's just
that was a good one. Giving up the driveway was last year, and
yes.
that did take some convincing.
Yes, I had to. It took me some time to be cool with our little pixel choir, is what we call it, because then I'm a musician. I have my instruments. I have my gig stuff. I have equipment. I'm a teacher. I'm a bag lady, so not having my driveway, I'm like, where am I going? So, no, but it honestly, it's the joy for me. And I think it makes it, when somebody tells me how much their lights mean to them, or our lights mean to them, and this is our tradition. We've been going every year, and that's enough. I'm like, well, I can park down the street. That's not a big deal. That's nothing. That's small potatoes.
So and tell me about that. I mean, you've pretty much taken over the neighborhood.
Just a little bit.
What's that?
Just a little bit. We have a great neighborhood. We have a great community, and it's a lot. And there's going to be some weekends where it's really crowded, but everyone here has been really cool. We've had neighbors that have gone away for the holidays, and we get to use their driveway, and we can park.
No, they've all been really supportive.
Been really supportive, and my daughter's best friends live on this street in this neighborhood and community. I mean, everyone's just been really cool with it. It's just.
And then now tell me about, tell me also, let's talk about the show.
Okay.
I mean, you guys got the call, what, 2 years ago? Or
yeah, so I submitted the house. It was kind of on a joke. And I've always watched the show kind of here and there because obviously you love to see what people are coming up with. And it's a small community, so some of the folks on there. And I'll never forget, I was sitting, it was after Christmas, and you're kind of having one of those, the holidays are over, and then you kind of dread, taking all this stuff down. And I was like, one of the producers made a post, hey, we're looking for, candidates. Right. And I just threw my hat in the ring, sent them a link to one of the YouTube videos, and it was a smaller show, and they responded right away. And I was actually like, wow, that's pretty cool. So we worked through the interview process with them in 23. We met with one of their casting directors, had a nice interview with them, and they basically told us at the end of that year, hey, not enough lights, not ready. And I agreed, because there were some stuff that I needed to fix. We had a big tree here that used to take up a ton of space that there was no lights in. It was just a big dark spot on the house. And I told them, I was like, look, everything you guys mentioned, I'm already planning on updating. Can I resend you some footage? They're like, that's awesome. So end of 23, I sent them the updated footage, and about a week later, we got hey, this is exactly what we wanted.
Did you ever think you would hear the words, not enough lights?
Yeah, so for that show, yeah. I mean, if you've seen it, there are some houses that have, and there's guys that have over 1 million lights. Look, even when we talked to them, they even said, this is a smaller property for lights. There's guys that have acres of property. It's insane some of the stuff these guys do. But you know, I mean, they were pretty clear that it's not just about how many lights you've got. It's about what kind of creativity you've got. You know, what kind of thing that you're bringing to the table that maybe some other family isn't. And you know, when we finally got the call midway through 2024 that we were basically selected. One of the things that I really wanted to do, and I talked to my mom and I had talked to Joanna about it, was recording our own music for the show and really trying to set us apart. And I think when I told them that we wanted to do that, they weren't really sure kind of like what I meant. They were like, "You're gonna do what?" And I was like, "Yeah, no, I got access to a studio and we're all musicians and you know, we can make this happen." And they were like, "Yeah, sure, cool, go for it." And I'll never forget, I sent them the footage of just the tests of what we had done about a week and a half before they showed up. And they all collectively were like, "This is incredible, oh my God, I can't believe you pulled this off." So it was really cool. And you know, it's just, like I said earlier, it's awesome to hear my whole family singing and playing music, you know, to the light show. I mean, I never thought we would have something that cool, and I'd love to do even more. We've got 2 songs right now. I think in the future we'll probably end up doing a couple more because they sound good, and it's just cool to have everyone involved like that.
And it's fun. It's like a core memory. Everyone gets to be part of it. Yeah. So.
And look, and filming the show was a blast. I mean,
we had a blast.
The producers were incredible. The whole crew, everyone was so nice. I mean, look, we've never done anything like that. It was very nerve-wracking. They made us feel right at home. I mean, my kids loved them. I mean, when they left, my kids were sad. Like they were, you know, you spend 12 hours for, you know, 2 or 3 days, you know, you get to really know people. And, but it was a very, very cool experience, and really glad we did it, and looking forward to seeing the finished product, because we haven't seen it either. So I have, you know, no idea what's going to be on that show in a couple days. Yeah.
And then to incorporate your family.
Yeah, I mean, again, it was one of the coolest things we've ever done. I mean, you know, I could put lights up all day, and I can put more lights and buy more things and build more objects, but doing something like that with your family is something that not a lot of people get to do. And I think we're pretty fortunate that we are all able to do something like that together and to have it work, right? Because I didn't know how it was going to work out. I was kind of nervous at first. I was like, are we going to be able to pull this off? You know, is it going to sound right? Is it going to look right? And I couldn't have been happier with how it turned out. I think everyone really liked it, and I loved it. So.
Yeah, it was, I mean, it's a core memory, I think, for my daughters. Maybe now that they're in middle school, it's like, this is a little bit awkward and cringe, as they might say. But I think at the end of the day, I mean, we did something cool as a family, and we showcased all of our musical skills and who we are as a family. And I think it was a pretty neat experience. And yeah. Just really cool.
Do you think they're leaning into it now a little bit, you know, knowing they're going to be on national television? Or is it still kind of cringe?
So both things can be true, right? We can hold cringe in one hand and joy in the other. But I think it's overwhelming for them, because they're getting a ton of support from their friends and their teachers and the neighbors, and I think it's overwhelming for them. But I think at the end of the day, it's joy. They're like, I have made somebody smile. I have. You know, this is neat. So.
Yeah. I'm gonna wait till
the lights will come back on. This just happens to be the one that's super blinky.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Here we go.
There we go.
And there it is.
Let's give it a sec. And Sparky. And we're back. There we go.
Hey, okay. And then final thoughts.
Sure.
I mean, what next?
So, like I said earlier, I'm always looking to expand. This year, from an X's and O's standpoint, like you mentioned, I'm a football guy as well. So the trees this year shrunk a little bit in diameter, which gives me a little more space to play around. So I think one of the coolest things about the house is when you drive into the neighborhood, you can see it, right?
You know which house is ours.
You know which house it is, but there is
question.
The whole side of the house used to be kind of blocked by that tree over there, and because I kind of shrunk it down, I'm going to try to focus on creating some more images and objects on that side of the house, so when you pull around the street, it's even cooler than it is now. So I'm kind of out of space in the yard, might add a couple little things here and there. A lot of my buddies in the hobby are trying to get me to add what they call moving heads, those big spotlights that go way up in the sky. I don't know if I'm there yet. I don't know if she's there yet. I don't think she's a super fan.
Not today.
No, I mean, there's always something. And, you know, I'm pretty active in the community as far as, you know, keeping an eye on what's cool and what's coming out. And someone will come up with something and we'll all be there to jump on it and try to incorporate it into the show.
Nice. Two more questions. Where do you store all this?
Oh, that's another source subject. You asked about getting in. So most of it goes in the garage and the attic. We don't really use the garage, unlike the.
You use for cars?
No, there's no. I mean, we don't use the driveway either. So I mean, yeah. So the garage.
Consistency.
Yeah, right. The garage gets most of it. Most of the PVC gets detached from the objects, and that gets put in the backyard. And I mostly leave it outside most of the season. It's PVC; it can get wet, no big deal. But I am looking at. I need to get some sort of shed or a storage space because
You don't have a storage shed for this?
I do not.
Wow.
I do not. Again, not proud of that, but
That whole garage.
we have talked about better ways to utilize where to keep all this stuff, and I need to figure that out.
2026.
So, yeah, 2026. Year goals. New year, new me. Got to do it. So I do love that you asked that, though. That's a good question.
And then finally, my final question, and feel free to answer this if you're not.
Sure.
How much have you invested in
Oh, we can't go into that one. It's funny. She asked me that on Monday, and I was like, "Don't ask me these kind of questions." It's obviously a lot, right? And look, I've been doing it.
Park it for me or no?
I would prefer not to.
Fair enough.
No, I prefer not to.
I'm not gonna pry.
And honestly,
I have to ask the question.
I love it though. No, it's cool. And look, it's no different than I was telling her. It's no different than buying like a classic car or something. It's just one of those hobbies where you're spending money on it. You're always looking to. Yeah, I sell things. I move things. I add things. I subtract them.
We do side gigs. Like he plays gigs every weekend,
Yeah.
and you know we both have side hustles.
That's mostly what that is.
Absolutely.
So
No,
that's right.
He's a musician on the weekends, and that's where this comes from.
Take most of my my money that I make from playing music on the weekends, and it just goes into a fund for all this stuff. So
Are you guys talking about support groups for house lighting?
Honestly, that's a great idea. Hi, my name's Joanna
that should
Horn,
be
and my
pretty
husband
good.
has a problem.
It'd be like an AA meeting for Christmas
LA,
lights. Lights Anonymous.
Lights Anonymous.
Lighters Anonymous. Yeah, I would go. I would definitely go. I could use some help.
Hi, Mike.
It gets out of control, right? And look, you're looking at this, and I'm already in a week. I will be looking at this, going, all right, this is cool. We're moving on. What am I doing for next year? What can I add? What can I do? And there's always something. So
I mean, just like we do in television. I mean, we're always tweaking and
always.
It doesn't matter what.
No, it's with everything.
Always.
It's
Yeah.
never perfect.
No.
100%. It's like any sort of art or music. You're always going to add, subtract, do something else. Look to ways to innovate. And look, in 5 years, people are going to be like, oh, pixel shows. It's so 2023 or whatever it is. I mean, and there's always going to be something cool. Right now, the big thing in the hobby is shrinking the size of the pixels, because a lot of people, like you were asking about storage, they want to make sure things are lighter, that they can attach them to their house. I haven't gone that route just because I haven't needed to, but yeah, at some point there'll be something cool that comes out. You'll see in 5 years, you'll be back out here. There'll be holograms on my roof. Santa Claus up there with a hologram. That's the next wave. The holograms.
Excellent. That's 2020-30.
That's exactly right. Exactly.